house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. I've been practicing this speech a little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Big Easy Bets podcast. I'm your host, Logan. With me in the studio, Nick Von Brick.
Yo.
We've got Bam in the control booth.
What up?
This is episode 252, Super Bowl 60, the biggest episode of the year. The stage is set. The Seattle Seahawks taking on the New England Patriots. One game left to close out an incredibly profitable season. And we got a lot to dive into along the way there, a lot to break down. We live in a world where Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowler, but Bill Belichick is not a first-ballot Hall of Famer. We live in a more fucked up world than that with all the information coming out these days. But in the sports world, we have our brains broken. So we'll get to it. We'll recap the conference championship weekend, and then we're talking sides, totals, props, everything, touchdowns, interceptions, sacks, everything under the sun. We're going to try to make some money. But we were talking about this before. You're not going to make generational wealth bet in the Super Bowl. These are the sharpest lines that you're going to see all year. You haven't seen any movement on this line really in a while. So if you want to place your biggest bet of the year on a side, probably not the smartest thing. I have quite a few that I feel pretty good about. And then the point I'm making, though, is it's like Bam walked in, for example. Bam walked in and said, I got one bet. One bet. What are your thoughts on that? Well, I guess you only had two now that I think about it. Yeah. Y'all, I'm taking chances. It's the Super Bowl. You let your hair down, you have fun, you try to make some money, you go to a party, you have some action on the game, and you're looking to have a good time. But not y'all. Y'all have sniped 3 perfect bets that y'all are going to just quietly sit in the corner and sweat out.
Yeah.
That's the way it's going to go.
What am I now in the playoffs? 1-5?
Yeah.
Something like that. A 2-5. So
What does that mean?
maybe if I was 5-2, be looking at this a little bit different.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just here for the fun, you know.
But you're not. You're only here for 2 bets, and then you're getting out. I'm here for the fun. I'm going to have action the whole game. I'm going to have something that I'm watching that is alive till the end. But so what we're going to do from a prop perspective, like we talked about the last few episodes, we are each going to give you our favorite prop. If it's parlayable, we'll parlay it. If not, we'll bet them straight. But we all have come to the table with at least one prop that we are putting our stamp of approval, putting our name behind. Last year, Bam's one prop that I said I would bet no matter what. What was it? Saquon Barkley, first quarter rushing yards over 10.5, something like that.
I think it was 16.5.
Okay, even worse. Didn't come close. Cost us a fortune. So, Bam's 0-1. We're going to see if we can get if we can cash a ticket with Bam's second try in the prop department. But yeah, I think y'all need to understand what this is. This is the goddamn Super Bowl. This is the final football game that we're going to have for months, for 6 months. I'm not going out with only 2 bets. That's crazy. I mean, you better really like them. And they're both props as of now.
No, I feel good about the side now.
Okay. Just like that. Bam, do you feel good about the side?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah, so I talked about it as well extensively. I'm sitting on a 12-1 Seahawks ticket, and I'm trying to make the decision on if I want to bet the Patriots with the points and hope for a middle, to be honest with you. But we'll dive into the game itself. Bam, how is it coming on the party front? How's the
Looking good.
Okay, what's the new developments? Fill us in.
So the stakes are go. Yep. We're going to have
Yeah.
those rocking and rolling.
Who's first off, who's buying them?
I'm buying them.
Really?
Yep.
How many are we talking?
So I don't really know the number, but just buying one of those like big slabs at like Costco or Sam's or whatever, and then you trim off the fat, and then you can cut about 20 steaks out of it.
And so
Maybe more.
So you put your heads together, and this makes sense to you to do steaks at a Super Bowl party.
Yes.
And was this your idea on your own, or was
Yes.
this influenced by somebody else?
This was my idea.
Okay. What are your thoughts on steaks? That's a crazy idea, right?
Dude,
No, look, it's your party. You go with it. And I mean,
you tell me you're not going to have a couple slivers of steak?
probably not. But I mean, if
How are you
you'll be
cooking 'em?
offended, I will.
Grill?
Okay.
Charcoal, pellet, gas.
Charcoal? Actually, gas.
Which one is it?
Gas.
Well, it
What
seems
type
like
of gas? Natural gas,
Propane.
propane.
okay. Where are you getting the propane tank filled up at, or is it old
Rouse's.
propane? Is it? But you haven't thought this far. Is it old propane? Is it a quarter filled propane tank? We're getting bottom of the barrel stuff.
Haven't thought that far yet.
Yeah, that's what I just said. You just said Rouse's, so you just
Yeah, but I'm saying if we needed to go, if it's empty and we got to go trade it out, we're going to Rouse's.
okay. I feel like there's simpler routes you could have went where you still could have.
I mean, we're still going to have other stuff, but that's the main course.
The main course is steak. What are sides? Are you
Buffalo chicken dip.
okay? Who's making that?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Possibly Reed. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go down Reed's list of accomplishments. Buffalo chicken dip is not one of them.
Okay. I don't know. We got to figure it out.
Is there going to be a baked potato per person?
It's a very good possibility.
You're going to buy 30 plus baked potatoes?
Those are the easiest things to do, and they're good. So
Okay. So everybody coming to this party, sure, there's some people possibly even listening right now. You can expect a steak. What kind of steak? Or you said you're getting a pallet of steak.
there's multiple different types of cuts in it.
Okay, so a cut of your choice and a baked potato with buffalo chicken dip on the side.
Sure.
Every person. I
mean,
think
we're not going to have just like
Well, I think I could get
stacks
more people here.
of steak. They're going to come out, a few at a time. We're going to cut them up. People can
So
snack
it's kind of
on.
like an hors d'oeuvre.
Sure.
You're going to walk around with a tray of
I mean, I'm not going to walk around with them. We're going to set them on the table. But
okay, inside or outside.
inside.
Okay, so it's 20 fucking degrees outside. Okay. What do you think about that? What are you?
So just steak and buffalo chicken dip?
No, we'll
And
have
a baked potato per person.
I don't even like baked potato.
Okay,
You know what, eat
can
one.
he do a sweet potato?
Sure.
Okay,
I'll take requests.
sprinkle in a sweet potato. Are you going to offer like a sweet potato fry option if somebody doesn't want the actual entire potato?
No.
Okay.
No, that's too much.
Okay.
The whole potato and no potato.
So have we gotten past the steaks? What else can we expect? Anything?
Throw out some ideas. We can make it happen.
So you've been hung up on the steaks this whole time.
The steaks are firmly at the front of my mind.
Okay. I don't know that I've ever been to a party, not even just a Super Bowl party, a party in general, where there was steaks.
Yeah.
First for everything.
Like, have you
It'll be
had
good,
this
though.
thought in your mind for a while, and you're like, now's my opportunity? Or
Well, originally I was thinking like I'm just gonna get the steak thing on my own so I can have a bunch of steaks to cook over a span of a few weeks. But then I was like, you know what? Might as well just.
so
do
you
it.
wanted to get a Super Bowl's party worth of steaks to put in your freezers to hold you over, and so now you said, well, I'll supply the entire party with steak.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I am going to expect to be hungry. We're gonna have to plan for food.
We're gonna have to help you.
Yeah, you once threw a house party, and poor Brian, there was zero food, not a drop, not a nibble of food. Brian at like 11:30 at night had to order pizzas because he was starving, and I don't even know if he got to eat any. Y'all came swooping in and fucking ate them in 5 seconds. So you don't have like a great track record of supplying food at parties.
Well, that changes next week.
Okay. The quality of this meat, probably not going to be the best, but But who doesn't go to Costco for their steaks, I guess.
Dude, Costco steaks are great.
Yeah, I'm sure. You eat microwavable hamburgers. So, desserts, anything?
No, we're going to figure that out this week.
It's fucking king cake season. You don't plan on having a king cake?
I'll have a king cake. Kaluda's king cake. How about that?
How about a dong fong?
There we go. How
Okay.
about both?
No. Why would we do that? Yeah, I had a dong fong king cake. You saw it. Best king cake in the game. Not even close. First time ever having it. Best one in the game. By far. And it's not even up for debate. Whatever they're doing to the icing, the bread is not a traditional bread. It's almost like a croissant on the interior with one layer of cinnamon throughout the center as opposed to throughout the whole swirl. It's a 10 out of 10. It was so fucking good. It really was. The consistency's perfect. Like some king cake you can get, it's kind of dry. It's like almost like styrofoamy dry.
Yeah.
This is thin, moist, like thick. I understand I said thin, but like compressed together around the cinnamon at the top and bottom. I don't know. They figured it out. Whatever they got going for them, they figured it out. So yeah, Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowl quarterback. What?
Gotta respect it.
Do you? What are we doing? I don't get it. What are we doing? What are we doing? Is Bronny James going to make the All-Star game? Seriously, what the fuck are we doing, dude? Shedeur Sanders not only had a bad year, like, clutch your fucking pearls about it. He had one of the worst years, like, from a starting quarterback in probably the modern era when you dive into the analytics and then also the eye test, however you want to look at it. Am I saying Shedeur Sanders can't become a good quarterback? No, that's not what I'm saying. Will he? Probably not, but that's not what I'm saying today. Bam, please.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. You
Oh.
eating ice? I'm not talking about the camera. I'm talking about you dropping your ice cubes into your microphone. Bam, it's the last episode of the year. Fucking, it's like, yeah, you got one day left of school, okay? You don't have to cut up for the teacher. Summer's almost here. What do you think about Shedeur Sanders being a Pro Bowler, Bam? You think he earned it?
He didn't deserve it or earn it.
No? Okay. Did you see Emmanuel Acho's advice to Shedeur Sanders?
No.
No? Emmanuel Acho in his show, I'm not even going to say the name. Nobody would have even heard of it, but Emmanuel Acho is the biggest bozo in sports talk right now. Got fired from Fox Sports because he was banging Joy Taylor, and then he started a podcast with LaShawn McCoy, who's also a bozo. But Emmanuel Acho decided to tell Shedeur Sanders in a tweet that, or they posted the clip of what he was saying. This clip, I've never seen anything like it in my life. This clip got, at one point, it had 11 million views and under 1,000 likes. 11 million views and under 1,000 likes. That ratio, I've never seen anything like that. To do that is unbelievable. So everyone unanimously agreed that this was the dumbest fucking take of all time. So Todd Monken's the coach of the Cleveland Browns now. Emmanuel Acho, who's got 22 tackles, I would imagine the majority came from special teams in his career. He's not even a has-been. He was a never was and never will be. He said, if I'm Shedeur Sanders, why am I listening to Todd Monken? He's like, Shedeur Sanders shouldn't listen to Todd Monken. What has he won as an NFL head coach that I should be listening to you? He just coached Lamar Jackson to fucking 2 MVPs. He coached Georgia's offense to back-to-back national championships with goddamn Stetson Bennett. Not saying I'm the biggest Todd Monken fan in the world, but to say that, like, as a former player is crazy. And I think we're finally reaching that tipping point where we don't need the fucking every athlete to have a podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was listening. We're in college basketball season now. I was watching after the Purdue game, Braden Smith's podcast came out, and he's talking about how Purdue's rallying the troops. The point guard for Purdue has a podcast. Every fucking player has a podcast. I don't get it. Amon-Ra St. Brown and his bozo brother have a podcast, and they say the dumbest shit. Just the way they talk. These people, just go catch the football. We don't need to hear your opinion. Everybody has one. So now we've inundated a field where it used to be people were able to get on a microphone and actually give their opinion and relay their thought process in a way that made sense. And now you've just got every dipshit up there with a mic in front of them. And that's what you get. You get Emmanuel Acho telling Shedeur Sanders not to listen to his head coach. A 5th-round pick going into his 2nd season. Don't listen to that guy. Like, who the fuck do you think he is?
Yeah, how's that going to work?
Yeah, that's the worst advice you could possibly give anyone, and I'm convinced. So Emmanuel Acho, one, it's clear what he's doing. He's trying to get clicks. It's all clickbait. But I do think that Emmanuel Acho, there's a little part of him that thinks like he's an intellectual and like he's given this. He's like Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark's also a fucking clown. Call it myself. It is 26. We can say it, but I won't. They're dumb as shit, and they think they're geniuses. So that's why Ryan Clark's leading the league in apologies. But Emmanuel Acho thinks he wears those fucking stupid-ass glasses. Like, he thinks he looks smart, and then he's getting up there and giving him that advice. So I'm convinced, one, it's clickbait, but two, he doesn't want Shedeur Sanders to succeed. There's more clicks for Shedeur Sanders to fail. There's more clicks for him in that capacity. You don't give that advice to anybody that you're actually hoping to do well and have success. That's the worst possible advice, especially from somebody that played in the league for a cup of coffee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kickers have more than 22. Blake Grupe probably has more than 22 tackles, and I watched him get obliterated by somebody on a kick return this year. That was the craziest shit I've seen in a while. And I've never seen something get that many views and that little likes. Everybody unanimously agreed, this is the worst. This is the worst thing I've ever heard. Players were coming out of the woodwork to be like, this guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's the brand new coach.
Yeah, it's like, did you tell the Rams that when they got Sean McVay? Any coach, you can't, that logic does not work. At one point in time, Bill Belichick was a new head coach. Sean Payton was a first-time head coach in New Orleans. Did you tell Drew Brees, don't listen to Sean Payton? It's the worst fucking advice imaginable. It's also super lazy. It's super lazy to say that. And who is Shedeur Sanders? Why should he be listening to Todd Monk? And what has Shedeur Sanders done? You don't, like, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. There's a fucking good chance Shedeur Sanders isn't the starting quarterback, and it doesn't matter who he's fucking listening to. Because Malik Willis is going to be floating out there, and he's going to get paid a bag. Deshaun Watson's going to be coming back. Maybe.
Yeah, and Anthony Richardson's coming back.
You still holding on to that? We got to cancel that. Those bets are obsolete now. And honestly, it should have been done when you got the Drake May, because we all agreed that was horse shit. I get it. He's in the Super Bowl now. Arguably the best player in the league. When Drake May made the Pro Bowl last year and it canceled out me sniping Jaden Daniels in his rookie season, who was nearly in the Drake May position, going to the NFC Championship game, our bet, which you didn't even want to do it this year, which I guess in hindsight, I said I would take Shuck, you would take Sanders?
Yep.
Or those were the quarterbacks.
You were going to take Shuck, and I was going to take Sanders.
And any GM in the league would take Shuck.
This was before the draft, so.
Yeah. Yeah, can we talk about that? I knew Shuck was good. Or I knew he had the potential. I knew the arm talent was there. The mobility was there. We just let that go by the wayside. That was a fucking great call.
All right, but not good enough for the Pro Bowl, I guess.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's fan voting.
That is wild. Because how, like last year, they put a rookie in late who was actually a good player, though.
Yes, but he just didn't have the numbers. He didn't have the numbers to warrant it.
Right, but then you would say the same thing about Shuck, too. If Shuck would have been, an alternate to the Pro Bowl, we would be saying the same thing as we were about Drake May.
Yeah.
But this is just totally different.
No, this is egregious. This is now it's dead. The NFL is allowing this to happen because they want more eyeballs on a dying product that the players don't care about and no one cares to watch. The fans don't care about it. That's why they're implementing goddamn dodgeball now. And fucking, we might as well be playing wiffle ball, foursquare. Let's run the gauntlet of
pickleball.
Yeah, run the gauntlet of all the other sports that aren't football. People would watch that more because the athletes would care about that. I'll watch them play dodgeball before I watch them go out there and fucking tiptoe around a football game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's flag now.
Yeah, these are the best athletes in the world. Let them go compete full speed at some other game if that's what we're going to do. If they're not going to play football, I bet you the damn dodgeball game gets more viewership than the main game. So, yeah, but Shador getting there is a joke. Him accepting it, and I don't know if he did or not. I'm sure he did. That's laughable. It's laughable. I don't know, like, how do you lay your head on your pillow knowing, like, I'm a sideshow. They're using you. They're using you for views and clicks. And so, I don't know. And then one other thing before we get to the recap. Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. And you have kind of a line in the sand where the majority of people are like, what is going on? And then there's a select few that think they're big brain thinkers. And they're like, well, should he be? I don't know that he should be. So we'll go around the room. Do you think Bill Belichick should be a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Bam, do you?
Yes.
100%?
Mm-hmm.
Has he done anything that would lead you to believe maybe he should wait?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, the guy's won 8 Super Bowls. He won 6 as a head coach. He's the second all-time winningest coach in the league. History. If Bill Belichick's not a first-ballot Hall of Famer then, as a coach, then there is no first-ballot Hall of Fame coaches. We've entered into this weird time where, like, it's a microcosm of everything that's wrong in the country right now on a number of levels. You've got people in charge that make decisions not off of what's right and wrong. They make decisions off of their ego and what's best for them. So you got people like Bill Polian, who's still mad about Deflategate and Spygate and whatever. So he's making Bill Belichick wait. And completely discrediting the legitimacy of the Hall of Fame, so much so that they put out a statement that they're going to do an internal deep dive to see if people broke the code of conduct. You don't even need to just say who didn't vote for him and get him the fuck out. Who said Bill Belichick's not a first ballot Hall of Famer? You're out. We got to find new people. Y'all are not unbiased. So, I mean, do you think that's what it is? You think it's Polian and people like that being vindictive?
I don't know what it is. Yeah, like you said, if it's not him, then who, right? Who would be more deserving than him?
Yeah, well,
he's the best NFL coach of all time.
I was listening to T-Bob on the Wake Up. I saw a clip from the Wake Up Barstool show. First off, this is a two-parter. First off, can we stop using the term merchant for everything? It's a grown-ass man sitting up there on national television. He goes, is Belichick a Brady merchant? So he's saying, is he not able to win without Tom Brady? Can we stop using the term merchant to like, oh, he's a whatever merchant? Like, so he's saying he was reliant on Tom Brady in his success and his greatness. That's the only reason he won, that he couldn't do it without him. So yeah, like I said, two-parter. We got to stop using that as adults in 2026. We got to get that out of our vocabulary. But also, I think that's a ridiculous argument. What Hall of Fame coach didn't have a good quarterback? It just so happened that he had the best. So, yeah, he looks like one of the best, if not the best coach ever. But I don't know that we could come up with one coach in the modern era that is worthy of the Hall of Fame that didn't have a top quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, what coaches have won multiple that are, still around?
Yeah.
There's really not that many.
Yeah, so, and then I got a couple questions to go off of this, I guess. But also, one thing, we can't pretend like the defenses for the Patriots didn't fucking will them to the majority of those Super Bowls. It's not like Brady went in there and lit it up. you know?
Yeah, all of them.
Well,
Even the comeback.
I was going to say, the comeback was pretty. The offense played a role.
Right, but without getting stops.
Yeah. No, and that's true. Brady threw a pick 6 in that one. And then, yeah, if the defense.
Or the last Super Bowl that we're talking, the rematch from 2015 this year, Malcolm Butler.
Yeah, that's very
intercepts
true.
it at the goal line. It's like they're, and then all the early ones. It's like really every time you win a Super Bowl, it's a team effort.
Yeah, you had a defense with Asante Samuel, Junior Seau, Mike Vrabel, Richard Seymour, Rodney Harrison. Like, those defenses were fucking loaded down with top-notch guys. And there's people that I'm probably forgetting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ty Law from the early days.
Yeah. You had God, what is it? Who it's not Mayo. What position did OJ Mayo play? Not OJ Mayo, Gerard Mayo. He played linebacker, right?
Yeah.
But who's the other one I'm forgetting?
Teddy Bruschi.
No, yeah, that's a big one. But that's not who I'm thinking of. Is it Highsmith?
Spikes?
No, but that was the dude from Florida, right?
Yeah, Takeo Spikes.
No, that was Brandon Spikes.
Takeo Spikes played for the Bills.
Yeah, I used to love Takeo Spikes. Who is, God, it's the linebacker. Black guy, linebacker, big. He was fucking good. I'm blanking on his name.
A long time ago, or
no, during the first dynasty, the first 3. But then you go to the second one, and they had other top-notch linebackers. And I'm fucking blanking on their name, dude. Bam.
Roman Pfeiffer.
No.
Willie McGinnis.
Wait, wasn't that a running back?
No, you're thinking of
Willis McGahee. Yeah, Willie McGinnis is who I'm thinking of.
And then you got Ted Johnson also.
But who was the in the second go-round, the 2010s, who was their running back? I mean, linebacker. I'm fucking all over the place. Excuse me.
2010s?
Yeah. They had another one. A fucking stud.
Dante Hightower, Jamie Collins.
Was it Hightower? Keep going.
Yeah, Jamie Collins was fucking
Yeah, he was a stud.
Rob
Who?
Ninkovich.
Yeah, Rob Ninkovich was really fucking good.
Van Noy.
Ninkovich and Van Noy were solid. Ninkovich was on the Saints for a little while.
Yeah.
Before he went to New England. Is it Highsmith? It might be Highsmith that I was thinking of. The point is, these defenses were fucking great. You had the corners. I can't think of a fucking name right now. Who was the corner in the 2010s? They had a lockdown guy. Did they have Revis?
They did for one of them, I think.
Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah, Gilmore.
Yeah. Big
Revis.
That was Gilmore at his best. Yeah, Aqib Talib.
McCourty.
Yeah, the McCourty twins. Yeah, no, those fucking defenses were incredible. And this was a long way to circle back to the fact that Bill Belichick's a first ballot Hall of Famer. If you even try to sit there and go, well, he did this or that, shove it up your ass, dude, because Spygate was on the same level of bullshit as like Bountygate and things like that. Deflategate, anything with the gate behind it, even Watergate. You want to go down conspiracy theories? All of it's bullshit. So yeah, if you're one of those people and I don't know, I don't think that he was worthy of it, and you can't cheat. Everybody fucking cheats. Every single person cheats. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. If you don't think that the Patriots right now are trying to cheat against the Seahawks, you're fooling yourself, and vice versa. Mike McDonald said he doesn't spend time with his children. What do you think he's fucking doing? Trying to find a way to win by any means necessary. So, I don't know. I think it's just a weird time that we're in where like the internet controls everything and everything's about making front page news. And so we're going to do a lot of dumb shit.
Is there a debate that he's not the greatest coach of all time?
Some people will say that, yeah. Some people.
Who's in the debate?
I would imagine they put like Bill Walsh, people like that. I don't know. Who's the winningest coach of all time? Probably Bill Walsh.
I think John Madden is, but he didn't have a very long career.
How the fuck is he winningest of all time then?
Like the best winning percentage.
No, I'm talking
Shula.
most wins. Yeah, Dolphins coach, right?
Yeah, Baltimore Colts and Dolphins.
Well, we know he didn't win shit with the Dolphins.
Yeah, no, it's Shula at 347 wins, Belichick at 333, George Halas at 324, Andy Reid at 307.
Damn, yeah. Okay, yeah, so two things. Is Andy Reid going to be a first ballot Hall of Fame coach, or is he going to be judged off of before he got Mahomes? Because that's what they talk about. Belichick couldn't win without Brady. And then, secondly, with the precedent that has now been set because of the cheating allegations, Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. So by default, you can't put Tom Brady in on the first ballot. He's going to go in second ballot?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the difference? Because we talked about this Deflategate. I'm not a genius, and I wasn't there, but something's telling me that Tom Brady had more to do with Deflategate than Bill Belichick did. Because Bill Belichick's not walking in going, deflate it just a little bit, just a touch. And Brady's like, no, I'd rather not. And he's like, I don't care, Tom. We're going to deflate the footballs. I think the guy who's fucking throwing the ball is going to be the one who's getting the final say there. So
Also, the score of that game was 45-7.
Which one?
The Deflategate game.
Yeah, no, that's funny too. Yeah, we talked about that. That's what, when we were talking about it in real time, I was like, I'm pretty sure they beat the shit out of him. It wasn't close. So make it a fucking flat football if you want. And they were clearly going to win. That was as one-sided as it gets. So, yeah, I think it's crazy. I think it's bullshit. But what can you do, I guess? I doubt Bill Belichick cares that much. He's banging his fucking 22-year-old bitch girlfriend. He's fucking complaining about Twitter likes. All right, let's get to the game. Actually, let's get to the recap. And dude, I've drank a lot of coffee today, and it's hard to keep it under control. So you touched on it very shortly that it was a tough go in the playoffs for us. It was an incredible regular season. We gave a little bit back in the postseason with a number of just unlucky breaks, if we're being completely honest. But then, so conference championship, I had the first half. I'm sorry, I had Broncos +3 first half, I think it was. It's been a while now. And that was a great bet. Sean Payton schemed up a good first couple drives, hit the deep ball to Mims. Broncos struck first. They were leading 7-0. It got a little hairy there, if I remember correctly, that oh, wait, what's going on? Oh, yeah, no, it was tied 7-7.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. Okay. Oh, I saw, I'm like 10-7. I'm like, wait, am I on the, wait, did I lose that? Yeah, so it was, tied at half.
Buddy missed the,
yeah.
I think both, well, obviously Lutz had some problems kicking in the weather, and then the Patriots got the ball back.
Yeah.
And they ended up getting a chance at a really long field goal,
Yeah.
over 60 yards.
Yeah, 63-yard field goal, and with the wind really kicking. And that was after Lutz missed one. Yeah, okay, it's coming back to me now. So I don't understand. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Sean Payton called a good game in this one. And I was really scratching my head with the second half play calling, and it almost seemed like he thought Jarrett Stidham was going to do a better job than he was capable of doing. Maybe it was fool's gold with that second drive. I think it was the second drive that they got the touchdown on. Yeah, they went 3-and-out, forced a 3-and-out, and then 5-play, 59-yard touchdown. Obviously, the deep ball was a great throw. And then Stidham was missing throws, and Stidham made the critical error. It was a fumble. They got bailed out by the play being blown dead because it got taken back for a touchdown. Doesn't matter. They scored 5 seconds later anyway. If I remember correctly. But
yeah.
Sean Payton was faced with a 4th down opportunity and decided to go for it, up 7. Do you think that was the right decision? They were in the red zone, I think. I'm pretty certain they were in the red zone. You get a 4th and 1 after Stidham scrambles. It was that situation where you're like, fuck, man. It was like 3rd and 8. Picks up 7, roughly. Picks up 7. He's about a yard short. And now you're faced with the question. So if it's 4th and 3, you probably kick. If it's 4th and 1, you go, I guess, judging by what we saw. Do you think that was the right decision?
I think probably so. I mean,
without using hindsight.
Yeah, hindsight now, it's like, okay, you wish he would have kicked it. But there's also questions, I think, around the weather, because the weather wasn't there yet at that point in time. So it's like, if you were planning for the weather, maybe you would kick it knowing that scoring opportunities are going to be limited later on.
So that's the confusing part, though, because I heard people say, like, bad weather's expected in the second half before kick. And, yeah, they didn't appear to be aware of that, or they didn't care. But if you knew what was coming.
I think most of the time, like, maybe almost 100% of the time, teams are going to go for it in that situation.
Yeah. But I guess it's easy to look back
if you
after
do
the fact.
take into consideration that weather was known to be common. I think that's the point where people are kind of bringing up some debate.
Yeah, because you could have took a 10-point lead. Patriots only scored 10 points. It would have been a completely different ball game there. My biggest gripe was not that they went for it. My biggest gripe was the play call. Never had a shot. Patriots were ready for it from the snap, and I don't know. I thought they had success with Harvey running the ball. They went away from it. They put it on Stidham's shoulders. He wasn't able to do it. The weather got too bad. Lutz missed some kicks. Everybody was missing kicks. Denver didn't score again after that second drive. So, but the overall number, it went out to like 5.5, 6 at one point, got back the other way. The Broncos were the right side. Weather played a big role in that. But yeah, so we got to the window there. I needed it after, like I said, it was a tough postseason. Caleb Williams cost us the majority of our money, at least what we risked in the postseason. What were you on in this one? Broncos?
Yeah, for the game, plus 5.5. I think it closed 3.5.
Yeah, money came pouring in on Denver. Bam, what were you on this one? I do not. You Patriots, right?
Yep.
Okay. And the Patriots had a chance. It just the weather was so bad, and they were just not taking risks, just allowing the defense to. The thing when we talked about this, the weather, the Patriots had so many weather games that you really didn't get you didn't really get to see Drake May against the vaunted Texans defense, and like you did, but the weather played a big role in that game, and then the weather played an even bigger role against Denver. So it's like he struggled in those games, but when you really take into account the weather, it's like I would have liked to have seen better conditions to get more of a feel for what he was going to do against top-notch defenses, which is what he's going to see in the Super Bowl. And I think we're headed that direction where it seems like every new stadium being built is going to have like a retractable roof. And I'm on the fence because I love snow games, but I don't know that I love snow games in the postseason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I love a December snow game. But when it comes down to the postseason, I think I lean towards I would rather it be level playing field in terms of the conditions because it just – I mean, you're watching that Denver Patriots game and you're just hoping, like, a DB doesn't fall down at that point. Like, it's not like – it's whoever's got the lead. Now we're just whoever – just don't make a mistake. So, but you would be without some of the all-time NFL moments, Vinatieri kicking in the snow and things like that if you didn't have it.
Yeah, I think it's, I don't know, from a betting perspective, it's definitely a lot, better if the game's being played in controlled conditions. But I guess from the perspective of, getting home field advantage and playoff seeding and all that, being a New England or being a Buffalo where you're going to force teams to come and play in elements that you're used to is an advantage. So
yeah, Rodgers talks about it all the time with Lambeau, and they're comfortable playing in the cold, and a lot of teams aren't.
Yeah.
So we saw it with Miami. We see it every year with Miami, even though those days are done. Didn't touch on that. Mike McDaniel going to the Chargers. Now I'm going to bet the Chargers to win the Super Bowl. I like Herbert. I like that defense, and I like McDaniel calling plays. Get him cozy on the sideline by the heater.
I think McDaniel's good.
I think he's a very good offensive mind.
He's just like if you're 6'6" and 280 pounds, why are you going to want to listen to that guy?
Yeah, yeah, you got this little weasel talking to you. Hey, no, it just doesn't work. That's why you got Harbaugh coming up, hitting you on the shoulder pads, and Harbaugh is fucking scheming up nothing.
Vrabel's headbutting everybody, fucking.
Yeah, and then McDaniel's over there fucking Poindexter.
Shivering.
Yeah, shivering with his fucking notebook. Fucking sweep to the right. So, yeah, that was our winner. But then Rams and Seahawks. God damn it. I really wanted to live in a reality where the Rams were in the Super Bowl because we would have been poised to make a shitload of money. But it wasn't in the cards. We did take Rams -3 or plus 3.5.
2.5.
Yeah, plus 2.5.
Okay, plus 2.5. This one was really frustrating. And the number one thing that this boiled down to, I have questions when it comes to Sean McVay in terms of his in-game management. And by questions, I mean I think he's fucking terrible at it. But the Rams deserve to leave this game because of one reason and one reason only, and that's because they watched their fucking punt returner muff a ball, looked like the moment was too big, muffed a ball, it fell right in front of him, and he jumped on it, and then they still let him fucking go back out there and muff the second one. And that was the worst muffed punt I've ever seen in my entire life. Completely misjudged the ball. I don't fucking get it why if you're overrunning the ball, get the fuck out of the way then. Get the fuck out of the way completely. Keep running forward. Fuck, I overran it. I'm just going to keep going. No, he tries to fucking backtrack, trips, tries to catch it as he's falling to the ground. The worst muff punt. You got the fucking Super Bowl on the line. You got Matthew Stafford fucking dicing this team up. That was the worst muff punt I've ever seen. And given the circumstances and all of that, the Rams deserve to lose that game because after that happened, now they're putting Whittington back there or Kyron Williams.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you put him out there? You could see it in his eyes. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for that moment. I don't even know who the fuck that was, too. I don't even know who that was. I'd rather you put goddamn Puka Nacua back there.
What was his name? Something Smith.
Yeah, never will hear it again. He'll be at somewhere next year in training camp with his fucking name on the front of his helmet, and they'll have to read it to know who he is, and then he's gone. Not making the roster.
Xavier Smith.
Yeah. Bam, I don't care to know his fucking first name. I'm going to try my hardest to forget it. But thank you, Bam.
You're welcome.
Fucking.
Yeah, this was heartbreaking.
The Rams had fucking nearly 500 yards of offense again.
They had success. But it's like you look at the box score and it's like I think they ran it 22 times.
Yes, for 114 yards.
Why? And this will kind of get brought up in, when we break down the Super Bowl, but really all of the Rams games, especially the last two against the Seahawks, they just weren't able to commit to the run, even though they were having some success. It's like, so I mean, that was my biggest takeaway, and it was like the most annoying part of it was, I get sometimes, the box score can look like, okay, a team's averaging 5 yards per rush, and they only run it 22 times, but it's like, okay, if
crank that heater up, Bam.
They're not having a lot of success on first down runs and stuff like that, you kind of get forced to pass it a little bit more. So, I don't know. There's these Rams that cost me money.
Yeah, they cost me money too.
Because I had them in the second matchup against Seattle. And I was wondering why they weren't running the ball at the end there.
Yeah. Also, too, it became very clear that this Rams defense is not as good as we thought it was. And that had been showing itself for a little while now. You saw Bryce Young have success. You saw Caleb Williams have success, like, outside of the interceptions. But the pass rush was not as good as it was last season. And at the beginning of this year, Jared Verse faded mightily down the stretch. And then that secondary is just not good. So it is what it is. I can live with it. It would have been nice. It would have been nice. Like I said, I've got the 12-1 Seahawks ticket, so I'm still in a good spot to make some money. But man, I thought I feel bad for Stafford and Puka but also too, they went for it on that fourth down there. Like the Rams had their opportunity to take the lead, and I think Stafford forced it to a tight end maybe, and he was clearly covered. They just didn't execute when they needed to most, and you got to credit to the Seahawks defense. And yeah, God, I would bet the Rams again if they played tomorrow. I would bet them again. That muff punt obviously was a huge. You handed them a touchdown. You handed them a touchdown. You can't do that. But Yeah, so it is what it is. Which side were you on this one, Bam?
Same Rams.
Okay. So that wraps up conference championships. We have one game left in the Super Bowl. To recap the record going in, and look, we've said it. The fucking playoffs are can be a bit of a crapshoot sometimes. It was an incredible regular season. It was still an incredible overall season. We've got one game left to go. So going into the Super Bowl, I'm sitting at 57, 44, and 1, 12 and 9 in my locks of the week. You are sitting at 39, 33, and 2, 12, 8, and 1 in your locks of the week. And Bam, you are
36, 37, and 2, 10 and 10 in the locks of the week.
36, 37, and 2. You better take a side in total here. Try to get above 500.
On it.
What you got to lose?
Nothing.
Yeah. How would you grade Bam's performance first full season as producer of the show?
A minus.
Oh, thanks.
I'd give you a flat A. Why minus?
I don't thought it was a generous grade. Jesus.
Well, what do you mean? You don't have
A minus is damn good.
he missed an episode.
Yeah, for what again?
He went to Cleveland. He didn't even remember he missed it.
No, I did.
That was right smack in the middle of our biggest run of the contest. Bam said, I'm going to go watch the Cavaliers play. Nothing, Bam? You got nothing on that?
I had to go. I couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
Could not.
Okay. Yeah, we're not holding you fucking. That's just why you got an A minus, I guess, in his book.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeez, dude.
He's not happy about them. Oh, man. Yeah, no, you did a very good job, Bam. You're a very vital part of this operation. One game to go. Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco. You got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New England Patriots. The Seahawks are 4.5-point favorites. The total sits at 45.5. You may be able to find a little more, a little less, depending on where you look. How do we want to start it? We want to go game first, probably, and then go to props after?
Yeah.
Okay. Just little noteworthy little nuggets. We're going to have Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico on the call, as far as I could tell. You're going to have Bad Bunny performing at halftime.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Bam, you looking forward to that? You're Cuban.
I know Jesse is, though.
Are you not?
What's Bunny? He's is he Puerto Rican?
Yeah, he's got to be. Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, pretty sure, yeah. You're not excited a little bit?
I mean, I'm not like a huge Bad Bunny fan.
Are you going to move your hips?
No.
Okay. Are you excited?
About Bad Bunny?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you know a single Bad Bunny song?
No.
Have you ever listened to anything from him?
Yeah, I went and listened to some of his stuff when they announced it.
And so what'd you think? You brushed up on Bad Bunny? I've never once...
I mean, you can't understand the words unless if you're fluent in Spanish, though.
Yeah. I never passed Spanish, too, for what it's worth.
I did, but I didn't know a lick.
Did you pass Spanish, Bam?
Mm-hmm. I took about 6 Spanish classes, too.
Okay, yeah. Don't flex. Don't
Same.
flex your Spanish prowess. Can you give me a sentence in Spanish? Say, I'm going to listen to Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl in Spanish.
I mean, I don't know how to say that.
Say, I love Bad Bunny. He's so good. Say it in Spanish. You can definitely say that. Do you remember what love is?
Honestly, no.
You just said you
Jeez,
took...
dude,
What do you
took
know?
6 years of Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. But
You took 6 years of Spanish.
But I did pass those classes.
If I dedicated 6 years of my life to something, can you... What... You got to be able to say anything.
What? Look it up. What is love in Spanish?
You have to be able to say something in Spanish if you took 6 years. You just flexed your Spanish knowledge. Say, there is a football game on Sunday. I will watch with my friends. I will be grilling steaks
I can't.
on a quarter
Amar.
filled gas grill.
What is Don't you have to use?
It's a
what do they
more.
call it?
It's a more, right?
Well,
He said
the-
Amar.
no.
You don't even know the pronunciation.
no, amor is the noun. Amar is to love. It's different.
Like if you say my
So if
love,
you
isn't
say-
it me Amor?
yeah, but that's a noun.
Oh, man, don't hit me with the fucking...
I'm just letting you know. That's why you say, like, if you're saying I love you, you say te amo.
Who needs Spanish? Not us, unless we're watching the halftime show, I guess. But
Or
Yeah,
if you're watching Fox Deportes.
yeah, that's true. So but look, if you're not a Bad Bunny fan, I got one better for you, because there's an opening ceremony this year. Do you know who's playing? Green Day. They had to counteract it. They had to get us back to the middle. Halftime show is going to be over here. Opening ceremony is going to be over here by default. We'll meet in the middle. You give us Green Day, we'll live with it. You don't like Green Day?
Sure.
What do you mean? Bam, do you like Green Day?
Yes.
Yeah, what do you mean? Sure.
Yeah, sure, I'll listen to it.
Okay. Did you go brush up on Green Day?
No.
But you brushed up on Bad Bunny.
I was going to do the that alternate halftime show.
What is that?
The Turning Point halftime show.
What the fuck is that? What are they doing? Kid Rock? Kid Rock?
I don't know what
It's gotta be Kid Rock.
But did you hear about that, Bam?
No.
It's gotta be
Oh
Kid
my
Rock.
God,
Who's
I cannot be
performing?
the only person that's heard about
I
this.
think you're a little deep down the rabbit hole. I
Turning
guess. You're
Point
just outing
USA.
yourself.
Turning Point USA, they're doing their own halftime show.
Who's performing on it, Bam? You've been listening to a lot of Walton and Johnson in the morning, huh? Jesus, Bam.
I don't know. I'm looking.
They only have Kid Rock perform for anything they do.
Come on, dude. They have to say.
Did you do Turning Point USA halftime show?
Yeah.
And what came up?
It's just an article about BS.
Okay. Bam. I'm on an A- now, too.
It's the All-American halftime show.
The hell does that mean? They're going to have the All-American rejects?
There you go.
'Cause-
Turning Point USA's halftime show remains a mystery.
Okay. What the fuck? You got to get somebody to... If you're tuning into that and you don't even know who's playing, go fuck yourself, okay? That's crazy. That's crazy. It's a mystery. Ooh, fucking surprise. It's Kid Rock. It's always Kid Rock. Everything they do is Kid Rock. That's all they got. Y'all, okay, we got to get it back on the tracks. Green Day opening ceremony. Couple noteworthy injuries. Obviously, you got Sam Darnold been battling the oblique injury. Wouldn't call it battling because he's thrown for 350 yards a fucking game. But one thing that did come up was the fact that late in that game against the Broncos, it appeared that Drake May hurt his shoulder. And he has not been seen in practice throwing. So I would imagine he's still going to go, obviously. There's no way he doesn't play unless they're going to play their cards close to the vest. But point is, it's a noteworthy thing to monitor. He has a shoulder injury. Mike Vrabel also claims that he has an illness, and that's why he wasn't at practice. I doubt it. I think that it's a little bit of gamesmanship. How, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you putting your worry that Drake May has an actual problem?
I think at this point in time, it's because we're a week or 8 days away. I guess there's more worry now than there might be later on next week. You know what I'm saying? So,
No, I don't know what you're saying, actually.
well, because they only had 2 practice windows, right? This past week.
Why would there be more worry now? I'd be more worried if he's still ain't out there at the end of next week.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like there's more unknown now
oh, so there's more worry now.
because there hasn't really been
I got you.
if he's not practicing anytime next week, then you know obviously there's more worry then, but you would at least know. Here you got to be worried because there's a little bit of unknown, but
Yeah, the uncertainty of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw some reports where they were he was saying he felt okay because he was limited that one day. People say they didn't see him throwing. I don't know. Only he really knows how he feels at this point, but
I think it is worth noting too that he stayed in the game and he threw his best throw of the game after he got landed.
yeah, and that is the other big thing though. It's at what point in the game did he get injured?
So it had to be. I think it was the second half.
It's just the style of that game, and there wasn't
Yeah, you didn't get to see him go out and throw it a bunch.
because of the weather and
Yeah. But
So-
he did have, I think it was to Hunter Henry maybe, down the left side. That was the best throw of the game. It was the first time anybody had pushed it down the field in a while. So wasn't a super deep throw. But But yeah, that's certainly noteworthy and something to monitor throughout the week. I would imagine he's going to be able to play. It didn't look like it was like if it was something super serious and like, oh, he's out for the foreseeable future. I think it would have been a little more telling. So we'll see. Charbonnet tore his ACL. Holani is in his absence, taking that second running back position. So, yeah, that's pretty much the main things, I guess. Spillane got hurt, I think, against the Broncos. I didn't really see too much.
Yeah, he injured his ankle. He only played 13 snaps in the game.
Yeah, he got hurt early. He got hurt early.
That's something to monitor.
And then as far as
he didn't practice this past week.
Yeah.
And then their other guy, Harold Landry, he didn't play in the AFC Championship game with a knee injury. I guess his status is questionable, whether or not he's going to be able to return for the Super Bowl.
You would imagine with the 2 weeks off and the extra time to rest and Toradol shots that if people can go at all, they're going to go. Like, it's got to be serious for them not to play. I would expect Spillane to at least give it a shot. So, but that remains to be seen. Only time will tell. So, obviously, you've got the best defense in the league. I think that's safe to say now. But they're the last best defense left. I would still put the Texans up there. You just saw the Rams go for 500 yards, basically. But the best defense on the field is with the Seahawks. The Seahawks are clearly the better team. Do you see a path to success for the Patriots, assuming Drake May is a full go?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's kind of...
Well, you said you feel good about a side now.
Yeah, and it's the Patriots.
I kind of lean that way too.
I think if you're just looking on the surface of things and statistics, you're going to see some things are a little bit skewed, right? And it's because, like you said, these games, the Patriots' 3 playoff games, have had some weather in them. And, like, the biggest concern right now is, okay, the Patriots' offense, which in the regular season looked like one of the best offenses in the NFL, just hasn't looked the same in the playoffs. And one of the big things has been the pass protection for the Patriots. Drake May's been sacked 15 times in the playoffs, and he's turned the ball over 6 times. With that being said, a lot of that had to do with them playing top-tier pass rushers and having a rookie left tackle. I don't know. The Seattle defense is extremely good, though. When we were talking about the Rams game, I do think that maybe there is a possibility to establish the run a little bit, or at least to do it enough to open some things up through play action and stuff like that. Statistically, Seattle's incredibly good against the run. They're number 1 in EPA per rush. They're number 1 in yards per rush allowed. They have the number 1 scoring defense and the number 1 third down defense in the NFL. The other thing is the way the Patriots have been winning is their defense has been playing extremely well through the 3 games in the playoffs, but then they play the Broncos without Bo Nix. They play the Texans without their top weapon on offense, Nico Collins. And then they played the Chargers, who are dealing with some offensive line issues. I don't know. Just looking at this game, I kind of do think, like I said, with all that being said, the Patriots, I do think there's a path to establishing the run enough and getting their offense back going. I think the weather's expected to be pretty good, 65 to 55 degrees, temperature dropping as we go into nighttime. Little to no wind. This will be the best weather the Patriots have played in a month. So when we saw the Patriots at the end of the regular season, the offense was clicking. the Patriots defense, even though they've played some banged up offenses, they're only allowing 3.1 yards per rush in the playoffs. That's kind of where, I really started to like the Patriots, because if they can slow down Seattle's rushing attack, it can kind of take Seattle out of rhythm, I think. So I like the Patriots plus 4.5.
And that's what you just ended with, is kind of why I think I'm going to get to the Patriots as well. As I mentioned, I've got the Seahawks 12-1, so I'm not going to just blindly take the Patriots, even though I think that the Seahawks will kill them. I don't want to just give money away. I think the Patriots at 4.5, I think that they can hang inside this number, or the back door could be open, or you never know how this game could play out. But I don't think it should be 4.5, and I think it's because they could find some success stopping Seattle's offense. Hindsight's 20/20. We might refer back to this and go, wow, that was fucking dumb. But with Charbonnet out, I think that matters. And it didn't matter as much against the Rams, but I do think it matters. He's the better running back in pass protection. It is more touches for a better running back, in my opinion, than Kenneth Walker. But there was a time there where we thought the Patriots had the best run defense in the league. Milton Williams got hurt. Milton Williams came back, and it started kind of getting back on track a little bit. But I do think that there is a path to success for the Patriots on the defensive side of the ball. Gonzalez probably going to be on Njigba, you would think. That's one of the better corners in the league. But the key for me here, and it all rides on him, is goddamn Milton Williams in the middle, creating interior pressure to Sam Darnold. When pressured, Sam Darnold is a bottom-of-the-barrel quarterback. Milton Williams is the X factor in this game. I didn't even know who he was. And then when you do watch, though, you're like, oh, shit, this guy's just better than everybody else. He's like an Aaron Donald type of defensive tackle. And he's going to have to be in this game if they're going to have success here. But I feel like at 4.5 points, I think that the Patriots can have, I think that they will be able to slow down this Seahawks offense, who we saw play against San Francisco and only score 13 points. We saw him play the Falcons and go into the first half with, 6 points, and then they blew the doors off of them in the second half. They scored 18 points against the Colts. It's not like, it's been very kind of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with this Seattle offense. I do think it plays a role that Charbonnet's out. So, yeah, I think I'm going to take this the Patriots as well at plus 4.5. Like I said, maybe the back door's open. Maybe they beat the fucking brakes off of them. Maybe Drake May's shoulder's banged up, and Ramondre Stevenson fumbles the football a bunch, and they can't stop shit. But I do think Vrabel's a very good coach. I think the Patriots are maybe a little ahead of schedule. But you're fucking here now, and you're one game away. So you're in Drake May's second season, Vrabel's first season. And now you're a game away from winning the Super Bowl. And you've got Sam Darnold, who has appeared to have exercised the demons. But you don't fucking lose that. You just played good. You played well. But he still has those interceptions in him.
Yeah, that Rams defense, though, just didn't make it very difficult for him.
No. Couldn't get much of a pass rush, and that secondary is not as good as advertised.
When we were looking at the Rams early this year, and we were saying they just seem to be in the perfect play every time, or nearly every time. It's like the Seahawks looked like that against the Rams. It was like just no matter what, the Rams couldn't do anything. That's why you look at the box score. What were the Seahawks on third down?
They were 50%.
Yeah, over 50%. I think the Rams were 1 for 8.
Oh, yeah, 7 for 13. Yeah, Rams were 1 for 8. Yep.
So that was like, typically if a game goes that way, it's not going to be that close down the stretch.
Yeah.
But it was like every time the Rams just couldn't get off the field.
Yeah, no, they would get them on 3rd and 8, and then they would fucking fall asleep on the tight end in the flat. And Darnold would check it down to him because nobody's in the vicinity, and he's picking up the first. So, yeah, it was a very poor performance from that Rams defense. So, yeah, it's Milton Williams. We get Spillane back healthy, but Milton Williams is going to fucking be the X factor in this game. Bam, do you have a side that you're going to take? I don't think you really have a choice. I think we always picked side.
All right, I'll go Patriots.
Okay, say you didn't have much of an opinion if you went Seahawks and you're going to fucking root against us. That'd be a real low blow. Does anybody have an opinion on the total?
Not really.
Yeah,
I would lean under. I'm not going to take it. I don't think I'm going to take it.
I could see it going either way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would lean under. I think the path for the Patriots is their defense is going to have to fucking I expect the Seahawks defense to provide some resistance. I would think maybe a first half under might be the play. Maybe a first quarter under if we want to go to the derivatives. So yeah, I guess you got a consensus around the table. All going Patriots plus 4.5. Look, everybody and their grandmother is going to be on the Seahawks. It's going to be a very popular side if I had to guess. So now we go to the prop market. Do we start it with our favorite prop or do we end it with our favorite prop?
I think we start it.
Okay. What do you think?
I was thinking we would end it.
I was kind of leaning that way.
All right, let's end it then.
Well, man, you seem pretty convicted in your wanting to start it with it. We could start it with it. You want to just lead from the top? Let's do it. Why not?
Favorite prop?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, you only have 2. I got more than you.
No, you got more than 2 now.
Okay. All right, Bam, you lead the way. And again, you fucking cost me a fortune with your Saquon Barkley first quarter. Lead the way. What is your favorite prop of the Super Bowl that you're putting your name behind, your stamp on?
Okay.
Life or death?
I'm going to break it down a little first.
Please do.
Okay. So,
Break it all the way down.
pretty much, I'm going to be talking a lot of stuff that I've never talked about before. But the Seahawks defense, right? They rank first in their defensive pass DVOA, defense adjusted value over average.
What is that?
Don't make him answer for it. Come on.
Just let me go.
That's a
Okay.
that's a Bush League move. Just let him go.
So I did a little research on what it was yesterday.
I did you a solid there, Bam. Bam
Anyway,
said,
I did a little
"Fuck."
research on it yesterday.
Okay.
It's a good metric to look at.
Okay.
But their defense, first overall in that and defensive pass DVOA.
Okay.
They also produced the 6th highest pressure rate in the NFL, 7th highest pass rush in the NFL. But under Mike McDonald, the defensive philosophy is really built upon stopping the explosive plays and deep passes.
Okay.
And the way they do that is through around 80% of their plays. They're zone heavy. They're in zone heavy coverage with split safeties, and having efficient schemes up front to get to the quarterback quickly and have a good pass rush. And teams have exploited this with emphasis on they exploited this emphasis on stopping the explosive plays in zone coverage with under routes, short checkdowns to the running backs, those kind of things. So I went back in the past games against the Seahawks and seen what the running backs have done receiving wise. Okay. So against the Rams last week, Kyron Williams, 2 receptions, 22 yards. The week before that against the 49ers, McCaffrey, 5 receptions, 39 yards. Week before that, they played the 49ers, 6 receptions, 34 yards. The week before that, in week 17 against the Panthers, Dowdle had 5 targets, 3 receptions, 4 yards.
Okay.
So he was getting the targets, though. I know Ramondre Stevenson has more action in this game, gets more volume, but Travion Henderson's the 3rd down back. And Drake May's going to have pressure in his face all game. So quick check downs to Travion Henderson. He'll be forced to make those check downs on 3rd down situations. So my prop is Travion Henderson over 3.5 receiving yards.
Okay. What are your thoughts on that one?
I don't know. I just don't know how much.
Usage he's going to get?
Yeah, the usage is why that number's so low. So
Yes. So, because I did a deep dive into props and all of that. So the problem, Bam, is where am I? Let me see. The problem. Where the hell is my damn Okay, I don't have it written on here for some reason, which is incredible. But Ramondre Stevenson, I want to say, got 94% of the snap count in the last game. Trayvon Henderson was only on the field for like maybe 6 snaps. So the issue here, it's over 3.5 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about this.
But that was also because Trayvon Henderson, the game prior, was kind of under concussion protocol. I think he returned to the game, but
throughout the whole postseason, his usage has dipped heavily, and it's because they don't trust him in pass protection. That's what it is. They trust Ramondre Stevenson to pick up the blitz more than they do Trayvon Henderson. He struggles to pick up pressure. But with that being said, I was telling Nick, I'm like, I still think it is still the Super Bowl. I still think that Trayvon Henderson is the more dynamic athlete than Ramondre Stevenson. I think you got to give him a couple touches. I think you would be foolish not to see if he can get in the open field and make something happen. And so I don't hate it, but I do hate it if he gets 6 snaps. It's how much is his usage. If it's going to be like last game, he's probably not going to get it. You're going to need it to happen on one screen pass and no funny business, and you get it all on one play because you're probably not going to get another opportunity. So that's the cause for concern, and that's why I stayed away from things like that. I think his reception number is a half.
Yeah.
I think it's if you're just betting on him to get 1 catch. So that tells you right there, it's not a guarantee that he's going to get a catch. And you're going to need him to get it on fucking 1 if he does.
that's a risk I'm willing to take.
All right, let's see. So what is yours? What's your favorite?
Yeah, mine's Austin Hooper, over 9.5 reception yards.
Okay.
I think game plan wise, it's a good likelihood that that the Patriots run some 12 personnel here, considering the success the Rams had using it against the Seahawks in all 3 matchups. The reason this is kind of so low, and I kind of debated on whether we were going to go yards or over receptions here. The receptions is at 1.5, plus 172 though. I kind of look at Austin Hooper's statistics over this season. I think he's averaging 1.2 receptions per game, but he's averaging 12.6 yards per reception. Mm-hmm. So I think it's just a little bit safer to go with over 9.5 receiving yards in the event that he only gets 1 catch. When you look at in the 3 games, the Seahawks played the Rams, and the Rams used tight ends a lot. All 3 games, multiple tight ends were involved. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, it's the weakness of
had
this
more
defense.
than 10 yards. So that's why we're going. Austin Hooper over 9.5 reception yards, minus 110.
Okay, I don't hate it. Yeah, I think that's the best way to attack the Seahawks defense. It's like we talked about with the Rams and why we thought the Rams could have success running the 13 personnel. For mine, we're going to go Kayshon Boutte over 30.5 receiving yards. Reason being, so last game was tough. He had 1 catch on 6 targets, but 6 targets. He had 2 less targets than Diggs in the entire postseason. The snap count in the postseason, Boutte's got 128 to Diggs' 106. You've got Stephon Diggs, his total sitting at 43.5, maybe even going up a little bit. I think that Boutte has clearly established himself as the number 2 wide receiver. And also, I would say like the deep ball threat, even though they don't really have much of a deep ball threat, but you'll see him push the ball down the field to Boutte. So at 30.5, I think he's on the field more than Diggs. So Diggs is going to work the underneath and all of that. That's why we're going yards as opposed to going receptions, but we're going to go over 30.5 as my favorite prop of the Super Bowl for Kayshon Boutte. I'll go with my second one. I'm going to go George Holani, longest rush, under 6.5 yards. Reason being, he got 3 attempts in the Rams game, clearly taking over Charbonnet's role, but they're not going to trust him like Charbonnet. They're not going to give him an even split carries like they did with Kenneth Walker. So you're going to see he's going to get a couple opportunities. A lot of it was he had one on goal to go. He had one on 3rd and 27. That's the biggest worry. A little draw up the middle on a down they don't care about. And then he only had 1 carry in the second half. It's the Super Bowl. If they're up big, maybe in their milking clock, then we're in trouble. But if it's a close game like we're expecting it to be, I don't think that you see the ball in George Holani's hands that many times. They tried to check it down to him on one. It was miscommunication with Darnold. Not the best throw, but he also dropped it. I just don't expect George Holani to get much action here. So we'll go under 6.5. Hope he doesn't break too long of a run as my second play. Or you go with your next one. I got to check on one thing real quick.
Okay, I'm going to go with Ramondre Stevenson over 49.5 rushing yards. And when we broke down the game, we talked about it. I just think, and we also talked about the usage between him and Travion Henderson. I think that there will be a path for success with New England running the ball here a little bit. Maybe not totally taking over the game, but definitely enough here. I thought we saw it in the Rams games. So, I don't know. This being under 50, I'd like Ramondre Stevenson over 49.5.
Nice.
You got another one?
So I can just go with my first touchdown scorers. I got 2. No real reason behind them. They're pretty much all luck anyway, but I'm going to take A.J. Barner, plus 1,200, and Drake May at plus 1,700. One on each side.
First touchdown?
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because that was one thing I noticed against Seattle, and I'm sure, against the Rams when Seattle was playing the Rams, that there did seem like there was some opportunities if Stafford was a more capable runner, that he could have gotten some yards and picked up some first downs there. I'm sure that Seattle will be more mindful going against Drake May since he's a considerably better rushing threat than Stafford was. But
You have anything else?
Yeah, I was debating, and I'm gonna ask Logan what he thinks. If a Kenneth Walker under, the receptions plus receiving yards is 98.5, the rushing yards is 73.5. I'm debating which one's a better bet.
Between which? Sorry.
Kenneth Walker under 98.5 rushing yards plus receiving yards, or Kenneth Walker under 73.5 rushing yards.
I don't know, to be honest with you. I think that I'm going to take, for what it's worth, I think I'm going to take Kenneth Walker over 20.5 receiving yards. So maybe the rushing. I just think if I'm expecting Milton Williams to create pressure in the interior and all of that, I think that they're going to try to put the ball in Kenneth Walker's hands. I think that the game plan is going to be to not allow Sam Darnold to fuck this game up for you. So that could be safer throws to start and checkdowns. So, yeah, that's one of my props as well, is Kenneth Walker over 20.5 receiving yards, if that answers any of the questions.
Why is there a 25-yard? This is what I don't get about props market. Why is there a 25-yard difference between rushing and receiving, but like if you were to bet rushing and receiving separately? I'm probably not getting that across clearly, but his rushing plus receiving is 98.5. His rushing is just 73.5.
Oh, I get you.
So that would,
if you add up his.
Yeah, if you would add what you would need from receiving, it would be 25 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just go under rushing yards then.
Okay. Bam, do you have any other props?
So, well, while you were gone, I told him, I said, first touchdown scores, I'm taking A.J. Barner and Drake May.
Okay.
Plus 1,200, plus 1,700. But then my last one, this one's kind of a shot. Plus 1,400. Each team to score a touchdown and a field goal in each half.
Okay.
So they both have to?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what does that pay?
Plus 1,400.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. I say I don't love that, but I guess yeah, if it's 14-1, yeah. Yeah, if we're talking, well, we'll do touchdowns. I'll do touchdowns at the end. How many more player props do you have? That's okay if that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. The other one I went with before he left was Ramondre Stevenson over 49.5 rushing yards.
Yeah, I like that too. Okay, I'm taking Milton Williams over a quarter sack, plus 146. So he can get a half a sack, and we're there. I'm going to take Julian Love, interception, plus 700. I got to have somebody with an interception. So I went with what I deem the better defense, safety position. So,
yeah, like so far it's all been anti-Seahawks bets and pro-Patriots bets. It's probably good to diversify a little bit more.
Yeah. I'm also going to take, so going in that direction, I guess, I'm going to take Mac Hollins under 2.5 receptions. He's only got 2 targets in the postseason. Like I mentioned earlier, Kayshon Boutte's the clear number 2 option. If Mac Hollins does anything, they kind of launch one downfield to him every now and then. As far as him getting 3 catches, you got a lot of people that you're fighting for looks with. Drake May obviously loves the tight ends. You got Diggs, you got Boutte, you've got Pop Douglas. You go down the list a good ways, and you get to Mac Hollins. So I'll go under 2.5 receptions from Mac Hollins, and then I do have some touchdowns. I'm going to go first touchdowns. We're going to take a stab at 2 of them. We're going to go Hunter Henry, 16-1, first touchdown. And then we're going to go Rashid Shaheed, 17-1. It's more of a fun one, hope to God. Maybe returns opening kick. But I do think that you can hit this Patriots defense over the top. Sometimes we saw it with Mims. We saw it with a few different people. I think they can be susceptible to a deep shot. Maybe you see him go Shaheed, go for the splash play, eerily reminiscent to what we saw with the Rams. And then anytime touchdown scores, I'm going to take Hunter Henry plus 230. I'm going to take Cooper Kupp plus 250. I don't know how much production you're going to get out of Cooper Kupp, but I think around the red zone he can operate very well down there. All the eyes are going to be on Jackson Smith and Jigba. Might be a good opportunity for Cooper Kupp to find the end zone. And that's all I got.
That's it.
All for y'all? Okay.
Yeah, Bam gave out Drake May, first touchdown score.
Yeah.
17-1. And what was your other first touchdown score?
Barner.
Okay.
12-1.
Okay. So to recap, I'm going to take the Patriots plus 4.5. And then in the prop market, I'm going to go first touchdowns, Hunter Henry 16-1, Shaheed 17-1, anytime touchdowns, Hunter Henry plus 230, Cooper Kupp plus 250. Player props, we're going, my number 1 player prop, Kayshon Boutte over 30.5 receiving yards, George Holani under 6.5 yards for his longest rush, Kenneth Walker over 20.5 receiving yards, Milton Williams over a quarter sack plus 146, Julian Love with an interception plus 700, and Mac Hollins under 2.5 receptions minus 130.
All right, we're going to take the Patriots plus 4.5. We're taking Kenneth Walker under 73.5 rushing yards. We're going to take Ramondre Stevenson over 49.5 rushing yards. And our number 1 prop is going to be Austin Hooper over 9.5 receiving yards.
All right, we're going first touchdown scores. Drake May, 17-1. A.J. Barner, 12-1. Full game, Patriots plus 4.5. Each team to score a touchdown and a field goal in each half at plus 1,400. And then for the favorite prop of the day, Travion Henderson, over 3.5 receiving yards.
All righty. There you go. That is our best bets for Super Bowl 60. Another season in the books. An incredibly profitable season. Episode 252. Do you have anything to say before we go?
Nope.
Bam?
Nope.
Y'all have a good one. Good luck. Let's make some money. Close it out the right way. Who dat?
The house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. I've been practicing this. A little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.